Finally, a really accurate rectifier amp sim in a pedal! Today we celebrate the release of the new 92 Rev F Dual Rec Amplifier pedal. Look at this thing, it's a beauty. Obviously this thing is based on a 1992 Rev F Dual Rectifier by MESA Boogie, and yeah, this thing is a lot of fun. Let's start right away with the demo track and take a listen to how this thing sounds. Check it out. Alright, I think that sounded great. It really had that authentic rectifier character. And trust me, that's not something that is easy to nail for modeling platforms. For that demo track, I used my ESP LTD EC1000T CTM in Violet Shadow with the Fishman Fluence RZK pickups on the passive voicing. Straight into the pedal on the red channel with the modern mode with the CA-V30 cabinet, so all stock. And of course, also with the built-in noise gate on and with the boost turned off for that really authentic, sizzly, and sort of loose low-end response. I basically had it set up similar to how I set up my real rectifier amplifiers. I have a couple. I have a dual rectifier 3-channel. I have a single rectifier series 1 as well as the mini rectifier. And the red channel with the modern mode is usually my preferred mode, with the treble cranked up a bit, mids to noon and bass to noon or below that. Now the Rev F is supposed to sound a little bit more tight, so I had the bass set to 12, which sounded good to me and also felt good while playing it. On my real dual rectifier, I have the power settings to bold and to diode rectification, so that's also what I did. And I loaded up the 6L6 tubes because with this pedal, you can choose between 6L6s and EL34s. Now, a lot of people like to say that the revision F of the dual rectifier is the best MESA Boogie rectifier ever made, and that's, I guess, why they also based this pedal on the revision F. Now, I don't have a Rev F, I've never played one, but I can say that this thing sounds pretty similar to my dual rectifier, which is an early 2000s 3-channel rectifier. A lot of people say that those sound very different, much more loose in the low end and stuff, but they don't sound too dissimilar in my opinion, if this thing is accurate. But that's great because I love that fat and fuzzy typical rectifier sound, and this thing delivers that in spades. It looks cool. It looks similar to the the red 5150 sim that we also did on the channel. That's also a great pedal. It sounds very accurate, and I like the chrome look that this one has. It looks cool. And I must say that it's also quite sturdy. In terms of the controls, we have a 3-band EQ down here. We have a gain control, a presence control, and an output control up top here. With the left switch, you can select between 3 different cabinets. And if you register your pedal through the app, you get 3 more cabinets. With the switch in the middle, you can store your preset or go to the alternative settings of the pedal. For the top row, the gain control turns into the room level, the presence control turns into the gate threshold, and for the bottom controls, they turn into the boost controls. So that's the overdrive, the OD tone, and the OD level for the Tube Screamer model. So again, there's a built-in boost, and that's nice. And once again, just as with the Anti, you can choose between a Tube Screamer and a TC Electronic Pre, which is great for extended range guitars and stuff. With the channel switch on the right, you can choose between the clean, the orange, and the red modes. So yeah, this thing is pretty versatile with the controls that you have on the front here already, but of course with the app you can dive in deeper. The app is cool. You can browse between presets and stuff and also change the power modes. You can change the power tubes from 6L6 to CEL34s, for example. You can tweak the settings of the noise gate. You can change the boost type, as I mentioned. You can also change the power settings from spongy to bold, or choose tube rectification or diode rectification for a different response. You can also change the master volume and stuff like that. Connecting to the app hasn't always been ideal for me. Sometimes I have to restart the app in order for it to connect again, but mostly it works fine. In terms of the ins and outs, we have a stereo input as well as a stereo output, a USB-C connector for connecting this thing to your computer for upgrading to the new firmware and stuff like that. And of course, we have a 9-volt DC power input at 500 milliamperes. Now, as I said, this thing comes preloaded with 6 cabinets, and that's cool. You can also turn the cabinets off if you want to use your own IRs. Unfortunately, this pedal doesn't allow you to load your own IRs onto the unit. That's a shame. Even if they would have added one slot, that would have been amazing, but it is what it is. In terms of the preset functionality, it's not super capable. You can basically store one preset on here and then turn that preset on or off, or turn the pedal on and off. You can't do like multiple presets, I think, as far as I'm aware anyway, like 4 presets, for example, and that you can browse between them. That would be way better in terms of functionality for on stage. And it also does not have MIDI, which is a complaint that many people have. And it's a complaint that I definitely understand. Having said all that, it does sound great, and I love the fact that all the options that are on the real rectifier are also on this pedal, and it sounds damn realistic. It really feels and responds like a real rectifier amplifier. And as I said in the beginning of the video, that's not something that is very common with rectifier simulations, so that definitely is impressive. Okay, now I'm going to grab my Schecter Solo 2 custom guitar, plug into the pedal, and we're going to tweak the pedal a little bit and play around with the controls to see what else we have in terms of the tonal possibilities. Take a listen. right, so that's the new UAFX 92 Rev F dual rec amp pedal. Yeah, it's a really cool pedal. I like it a lot. I like how it sounds. It's not perfect in terms of the features and stuff as we discussed, but I love it for what it does. It does it really well. Sounds awesome. And I'm excited to see what else they do in the future in terms of high gain amp modeling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are on this pedal. Also hit the like and subscribe buttons as that really helps the channel out. Also check out my affiliate links below to purchase one of these pedals for yourself and to also support the channel. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers.